So if the discriminant is greater than 0 and it's a complete square, then you don't need the formula to work out the two answers to the quadratic equation. But if the determinant is greater than 0 and it's equal to a number that's not a complete square, like 8 or 17 or 101, 103, then you have to use the formula. Welcome to the Heart of Mathematics. Today I'll discuss when to use the formula to solve quadratic equations. So I'll start with the formula. The formula is x is equal to minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. So today I'll just look at the part under the square root, the b squared minus 4ac, and that part is known as the discriminant. So if the discriminant, the value of the discriminant, is less than 0, then there are no real solutions. The solutions are complex. I'll discuss that in a future video. If the determinant is equal to 0, then the two answers for x or y or z, whichever you get, will be the same number. So it will be like y equal to 2.4 and y equal to 2.4. It won't be like y equal to 2.5 and y equal to minus 3.7. If the determinant is greater than 0, then the two answers will be distinct. So it will be like x equal to 2 and x equal to 1. It won't be x equal to 2.4 and x equal to 2.4. It will be two different answers. So if the discriminant is greater than 0 and it's a complete square, then you don't need the formula to work out the two answers to the quadratic equation. But if the determinant is greater than 0 and it's equal to a number that's not a complete square, like 8 or 17 or 101, 103, then you have to use the formula to get the equation. Then you can't use a previous method that I discussed to solve the equation. So today I'll look at the discriminant of 4 equations so I can see if I have to use the formula. So I'll start with this first one. So this first one is, we'll look at this first one. We can see that a is equal to 4, b is equal to 6, and c is equal to minus 5. So now we can work out the discriminant. So the discriminant is equal to, so it's b squared, so 6 squared minus 4 times a. Now in this case a is 4 and c is minus 5. So then 6 squared is 36 minus 4 times minus 20. So you can see here that it's 36 plus 80, because minus 4 times minus 20 is 80. So you can see here that the discriminant is equal to 116. So in this case, 116 is greater than 0 and it's not a complete square. So we have to use the formula to solve 4x squared plus 6x minus 5 is equal to 0. So to get the two answers, we have to use the formula. So in this next one, we can see that a is equal to 6, b is equal to 5, and c is equal to 7. So we can say the discriminant is equal to, so b is equal to 5, so it's 5 squared minus 4 times a, which is 6, times c, which is 7. So that is equal to 25 minus 4 times 42. So you can see that's equal to 25 minus 168. So that is equal to minus 143. So you can see here that the discriminant is less than 0 and it's not a complete square. So we know our answers for this quadratic equation are going to be complex, and we need the formula to work out these two answers. So I'll go to the next question here. So we can see here A is equal to 1, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 1. So we can say the discriminant is equal to B squared, which is 2 squared, minus 4 times 1 times 1. So we can say the discriminant is equal to 4 minus 4, which is equal to 0. So here we can see that the discriminant is equal to 0. So our two answers will be the same. But it doesn't say we don't have to use the formula. Our answer can be x is equal to 2.4 and x is equal to 2.4. So the only thing that this tells us is that our two answers for our variable will be the same value. So then you can use the formula to solve that equation instead of trying to get some factors to factorize z squared plus 2z plus 1 is equal to 0. So I just use the formula to solve that equation. So now in the next one, it's 6h squared plus 15h plus 6 is equal to 0. So now here we can see A is equal to 6, B is equal to 15, and C is equal to 6. So now we can say that delta, or the discriminant, is equal to 15 squared minus 4 times 6 times 6. So we can say 15 squared is 225 minus 4 times 36. So you can say that is 225 minus 114, because minus 4 times 36 is 100 minus 114. So you can say that is equal to 81. So in this case, we can see that the discriminant is greater than 0 and it is a complete square. So we don't have to use the formula to solve this equation, this quadratic equation, and we know that our two answers will be real. So you can use the equation if you'd like to, but you don't have to. But in this case here, with z squared plus 2z plus 1, it's most likely that you're going to have to use the formula. And in this case, you'll have to use the formula, but your answers will be complex. And in the first one here, you'll have to use the equation, the formula, but your answers, you can't solve it without the equation. Thank you guys for watching, and remember, you're a lot smarter than your calculator, and please consider subscribing.